Good evening and welcome to the 65th Cork International Film Festival on this most strange of years, 2020. This is live from the living room, from my living room to you in your living room. My name is Dave McCardle from Red FM and I'll be your host to this prelude to the opening film and 65th Anniversary Gala screening of The Racer. I will not be alone in this little prelude. This convivial chat will be joined by a number of participants. Let me list them for you and introduce them to you here on screen. We start with the Festival Director and CEO, Fiona Clark.
Hello. Hi,
Good evening, Fiona. Hello.
Hi.
Please explain the setup that we are witnessing you in here.
I'm in my lockdown bar, so since we can't all party together, I'm creating a party atmosphere for everyone, and we've got some great cocktails to share with everyone tonight and just get into the party festival spirit.
Great. We'll get into the ingredients in a moment or two. Let us welcome for you the Director of Programming, Anna Kopecka. Anna, would you join us, please?
Hi, everyone. I'm ready to.
Good evening, Anna. Here we all are. To the ladies, cheers to both of you two. Quite an amount of work has gone on for both of you as the head of a whole series of teams, so well done. Here we are, it's about to begin. You both must be very excited.
Hugely excited. I can't believe we're actually at this point, and it's great. It's great to see Anna. I haven't seen her in person for a while, but again soon.
It's so strange. Well, look, let's not wait any longer. Let's invite in all of the guests this evening. We're also joined by the co-writer and director of our opening film and our 65th Anniversary Gala, The Racer, Kieron J Walsh. Kieron, would you like to join us, sir?
Very nice to see you all, guys.
Hi.
Hi, Kieron.
This is an alcohol festival rather than a film festival, is it? I love it. Cheers, everybody.
Finally, let's bring Tara Lee into proceedings as well. She plays Dr. Lynn Brennan in The Racer.
Hello. Cheers.
Hi,
Cheers.
I'd much rather be where Fiona is, but I will take this gin. How's it going?
Let's get the important matter out of the way. First of all, today is Tara Lee's birthday, so happy birthday, Tara!
I'm so old, thank you.
You have dressed up very specially for the occasion. You're surrounded by your family, I believe some are in Dublin, and none of them have seen the film yet.
None of them have seen it. We're actually out on the Wicklow Mountains, so very isolated. But yeah, no, none of them have seen it yet, so they're really looking forward to it. They're in the next room, readying the laptop, hooking it all up.
Quite close to where the tour happened 22 years ago. Yeah.
Really, really close. Yeah, like 20 minutes up the road. So yeah.
And Kieron, I believe for many of your family, it'll be the first time seeing at least significant elements of the first time from start to finish. Is that true?
Yeah, and I bored them senseless with various different cuts and jokes and mentions, showing them this and that and whatnot. And most of it had my voice over throughout the whole thing, trying to explain stuff. And so it will be the first time they'll see it finished, absolutely finished. So yeah, so I might be world's greatest dad or not later on.
Pretty sure you'll be retaining your title. We'll get into the film in a moment, guys. I spoke with you the other evening on the radio, Kieron, so I have a few follow-up questions from that chat. But let's go back to you, Fiona, if we could, please, and let me inquire about the 65th Anniversary Gala cocktail. Are you making one for everyone in the audience?
I am. I'm making one for all of you. So our lovely hotel partners, who we haven't been able to stay in, have come up with some fantastic ideas for cocktails that we can share with our audience. So the first is especially designed for the racer tonight, the wheel deal, courtesy of our friends at the Metropole. And I have one already prepared, which I'm just going to finish off here now.
Are you going to drink all of these, Fiona?
Sorry?
Are you going to drink all of these?
Not till after the Q&A. This is basically pudding, alcoholic pudding, with a little bit of chocolate on the top. Yeah, loving that. And a little bit of so there you have the wheel deal. Then we have the Cameo Royale, which is designed for us by the Montenotti Hotel, and they have a little cinema called Cameo, and that's that was pre-prepared. And then our friends at Craft Cocktail made a special cocktail for the openers of the racer, which is all pre-mixed and just needs to be added over ice. This is actually supposed to be a portion for 2 people, but counting. And then finally, because I was talking to Kieron yesterday, and he said, "Oh, but you should have a 65 cocktail." So I thought, well, obviously, if the director's telling me I have to do that, I have to do that. So here we have for the 65th, so I've gone classic with a champagne cocktail, so classic legacy, 65 years, but with a little twist of some mint on the top. And because it's Tara's birthday, obviously we had to have some champagne. So,
oh,
Lovely.
how lovely is that?
Excuse. Happy birthday.
I'm gonna have to pretend that my standard gin and tonic is that. That has definitely topped mine.
Does the racer?
So I have poured you a pint of Murphy's.
Wow.
Amazing.
Does the racer cocktail have any EPO in it?
It's basically a strawberry daiquiri.
Ah, okay.
Oh, yum.
Lots of extra things. I'll just test it and make sure it's okay.
And yes, it would get you over the mountains.
Oh, wow. Yes, I'm not sure any of these would be that good for if you're in training, especially the wheel deal, which is just everything gorgeous and wrong in a glass.
That one looks amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the festival cocktails, Fiona. Much appreciated. I wish I was somewhere close to you that you could hand one to me, but unfortunately that is not the case. Someone who was supposed to be with us this evening as well is the man who plays Dom Chabal, the lead role in The Racer. He is Louis Talp. He couldn't be with us this evening, which is disappointing because I was looking forward to chatting with him. Kieron, you'll just have to fill in the answers that we would have looked for from Louis over the course of our conversation over the next little while. I do want to mention one little link into the Racer film as well, which was a competition that was running across the week on corkfilmfest.org in association with the Bike Shed Cork, where we offered film fans the opportunity to win a series of cycling goodies to those who could identify the most films in the film festival trailer, which had somewhere upwards on, I think, 44 grabs from 44 different films. We'll see. Let's have a look at the trailer first of all, and I'll let you know definitively after that.
Nice trailer.
25 different films in the trailer for this year's 65th Cork International Film Festival. We'll be putting you through your paces a little later, Fiona, to see how many of them you're able to identify. That was also what we were putting film fans through their paces on as well. And we do have a winner we'll reveal later in this particular chat. The Racer will be our opening film in our 65th Anniversary Gala screening by you, Kieron J Walsh. Summer 1998, the opening stages of Le Tour de France have relocated to Ireland. Belgian rider Dom Cheval, played by Louis Talp, has been one of the best domestiques, the support riders, for the last 20 years. A sacrificial role, setting pace to enable the team sprinter to victory, winning not an option. But Dom harbours a desire to wear the yellow jersey just once before his career is over. Secret doping, team rivalry, and a little romance fuel the exhilarating action and dark comedy that drives the racer to pack an adrenaline-filled punch right to the finish line. Anna Kopecka, as the director of programming, you selected this film to be the 65th Anniversary Gala screening, and you were passionate about doing so too. Why so? Tell us.
Oh,
Why I'm passionate about films, or why I'm passionate about the racer? What's the question? So, Dave, what is the question?
Oh, well, the question is, why was this the film that you were eager to select?
Oh yeah, that was really easy. So we were looking for a great film, and we were looking for a great Irish film. And of course, there are many, many great Irish films at the moment, and we are screening a lot of them, and many of them in world premiere. But for the 65th Anniversary Gala, I wanted something that is accessible for everyone. And you know that some Irish films are a bit sad or a bit difficult, and not everybody is ready for it, especially right now. And some films are more niche, or for audience that already knows a lot about films. And when me and actually Fiona Clark that saw it first, when we saw the film, we knew this would be perfect film for the opening night. Yeah, my dog, because it's a great, but you need attract also people that sometimes are hesitant to watch films that are not from Hollywood studio. And if you, I checked it on a lot of my friends, and when I said that it's about cycling, I don't know. This is my first year in Cork, and first year at the festival, and first year in Ireland, and I didn't know that people cycle so much here. So I think it's one of the best choices when it comes to how to present a drama. And also I do love cycling in Tour de France. I already knew everything about how the racers work, and I didn't know that in 1998 the race was in Ireland. So that was actually something really exciting for me, and the film is great, and it's a drama, it's a romance. What you just said about it, it's all true. And also one of the reasons is that there is Karel Roden, which is a Czech actor. So I thought, okay, so we have to take this one.
Well, fair play. Good
No,
answer.
but really, guys, congratulations! It's a wonderful film. I'm really, really honored that we can show it at Cork. I'm so happy.
that's great.
Kieron,
I was just going to add that everything that Anna said, it is a real honour to have this film and have you here, Kieron. You have a long, relationship with Cork International Film Festival. We'd like to think of you as an alumnus, and it's really thrilling to have you come back and in this gala slot. And on this particular year, 65 years is quite an achievement, but it's been made possible and continues to be possible because of the filmmakers who love the festival and who keep coming back. And it's a real honour to have the film. And I'm not sporty at all, as you could tell, and cycling. And I loved the film when I first saw it. I was so hooked. And maybe it's living vicariously through other people who can put themselves through that kind of grueling treatment. But it's a brilliant story. It's brilliantly crafted, and everyone's in for a real treat.
Thank you, Fiona. We're now over to you, Kieron, because I'll be putting you through your paces a little later with a Tour de France trivia quiz section as well, which Anna might be better able to answer than you, because I've seen your Twitter profile picture is a picture of you holding up a book saying Tour de France for Dummies. So presumably you needed to do a little research. So where did you come into the story of this? you've co-written this film. Where was it when you found it?
Well, it was the original idea, and the original idea for the film was come up with by a guy called Kieron Cassidy, who's a documentary maker, and he's also a sports fanatic, which is always helpful in these situations. Which I could not describe myself as a sports fanatic, but what appealed to me most about the film, and the idea was, it was about a guy who played sort of second fiddle to the champion, like a domestique as a support rider, and these guys kind of just basically, they sacrificed their entire careers for guys who are going to win the stages, and I kind of thought that was just quite a fascinating aspect to the personality of these people. We've often seen films about champions, but we rarely see the one who kind of supports the champion. So that was kind of that's what really appealed to me about the script. But I have a little bit of a history with the Tour de France. I remember distinctly when it came to Ireland. I was living on Merrion Square in Dublin, and I came down. I'd been living in London for a long time, and I'd moved back to Ireland. And I came down and on my car there was a little note outside my house that said, "You can't park your car here for the next 3 or 4 days because of the Tour de France." And I just thought, wow, the Tour de France is coming to Ireland, and it's going to be going right by my front door. And I was thrilled, actually, to be honest. I was quite happy to move my car. And then I just kind of, it stayed in my mind, this incredible race, this really sophisticated, difficult sport that was coming to Ireland. And it was a real big deal for it to come here. And then in later years, when Kieron Cassidy came along, it was just kind of the exploration of the fact that this really classy sport, what was presented to us, the reality behind the scenes was something completely different. There was a lot of drugs being taken, and it was kind of grubby, to be honest. And I found that quite interesting, and I just thought it might make a good film.
You mentioned to me on air the other day when we spoke that at the time there was so much controversy around the tour that there was a suggestion that this could be the last tour, and it might have informed their decision to, for the first time, begin the Tour de France somewhere other than mainland Europe. And who knows? Did Ireland save the Tour de France? Let's write the headlines tomorrow. I've just decided. I remember it. I was working for Cork Multi-Channel at the time, and I watched the tour pass through Cork from the canopy of the Capital Cineplex, which is a nice little tie-into movie for the event itself. And it was, such a spectacle to see back in 1998. And there's plenty of Cork in this, is there?
Well, actually, unfortunately, we didn't get to shoot in Cork itself, much as I wanted to. When you're making a film, there's a huge consideration about travel. And the film was made between Luxembourg and Ireland. 50% of it was shot in Luxembourg and 50% was shot in Ireland. So all the interiors were done in Luxembourg and all the exteriors were done in Ireland. But if you want to go and shoot where something actually happened, then you have to be prepared to bring the crew down and put them up in hotels and et cetera, et cetera. And it was just becoming too prohibitive to move any further. So unfortunately, we didn't get to shoot in Cork itself, but we tried our best to emulate it.
Is there any footage used throughout, or was that a whole rights issue that you?
No, I made a decision not to use any footage at all. I created footage. I created footage to make it look like it was television footage from the time, but I didn't want to use any actual footage because essentially it is a fictitious story set in the world of the Tour de France in 1998. So although you might look at the film and you might go, that reminds me of Pantani, or that reminds me of such and such a rider or such and such a team, in actual fact, they're fictitious teams and fictitious characters. And it was really it's a character study, and it's about a domestique, a support rider called Dom Chabal, who is the racer. And that really was, so therefore, trying to put in realistic stuff was going to muddy the waters, really, to be honest. So we decided not to.
Well, we'll find out more post-screening in the Q&A, and we invite everyone to stick around for that. By the way, although we all are watching this individually in our homes and in our living rooms, We are free to offer our thoughts and views along the way on social media. The hashtag is CIFF2020. And if you enjoy the film or any of the films you see over the coming 8 days and nights, please do spread the word in that fashion. Tara, I'd like to bring you in. Louis Taub seems to have been the perfect man for this role in being an actor and in being a cyclist, and he looks the part. How does your character, Dr. Lynn Brennan, interact with Louis? Where do you come into in the film, as we're about to see?
Well, the first thing that kind of came across to me when I read Lynn was that it felt like she was sparkling on the pages. Like, she was someone who was very confident and competent, but she also had a lot to learn. And I think with Louis's character, they had this kind of symbiotic relationship where she was kind of learning some things from him and vice versa. And that was really interesting to me. It felt like it was a little bit more interesting than your standard love story. It was two people who, without giving much away, just kind of cross paths at this moment in time and maybe leave and kind of continue on with their lives with that kind of newfound knowledge, and having had that experience are maybe better for it. So yeah, I thought that kind of interaction was really special and was a nice change to read.
To get your teeth into, so to speak. Well, thank you for joining us this evening. Happy birthday to you once again. We've only a few minutes to go before we'll go into a pause moment prior to everybody accessing the various means by which they're going to watch the movie. Kieron, if I could turn to you and see what it is you have learned in your experience directing a movie about cycling. The tête de la course, Kieron, what would that be in Tour de France lingo?
The tête de course is the head of the peloton, the head of the course.
Okay. Maybe that was a little easy. Let's see how we go with question 2. What is contre la montre?
Contre la montre is against the clock, up against the clock.
The what? Yeah.
Time trial.
Maybe I should put more effort into my French pronunciation here. Who is the Irish rider who won the 1987 Tour de France?
Well, that would be Stephen Roach.
That would be, well, yes. That's the only Irish rider to have won the Tour de France.
Yes.
That would be him. In what Irish speed did the
Giro, he won the Sorry? He won the Giro as well, same year.
Yeah,
Giro.
And the World Championships, the triple, didn't it? With the rainbow jersey.
Yeah.
I remember it well. In what city in Ireland did the Tour de France in 1998 commence?
That'd be Dublin.
That would be Dublin. And your final question, so far so good. What colour of jersey is awarded to the best young rider?
That'd be the white jersey.
Oh, well, collective round of applause. Your Tour de France for Dummies book and research went Kieron, could I ask you, maybe, have you had a little look through the programme? Would you have a pick or two that you might throw our way?
Me?
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Gillian Temple's Crock of Gold about Shane McGowan. And what else have I've selected a number of films, actually. I want to see The Bright Side. Really want to see that. And God, what else what have I selected? The Castro Spies. That's something I've selected as well. I'm quite interested in seeing that, about the Cuban spies. I've been to Cuba, so I'd be really interested to see that. There's lots of good stuff, lots of really good stuff. You know, I've already made my selections, so tickets are booked.
Yes, I'm looking forward to catching the Wildfire. I spoke with the director, Kathy.
Oh, Wildfire, yeah, I want to see that one as well. Yeah, definitely.
The Nika McGuigan, who sadly passed away earlier this year, her and the other girl that are in the two main roles look very, very strong in that. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And the Irish Shorts programme as well, particularly with the Cork Stories aspects of it too. Anna, do you have a particular element of the programme you're most looking forward to?
Well, I'm really just... sorry. Can you let him out? Sorry. He's really... Ted is really nervous because he wants to watch the film already and he does not understand that we are still talking. You know, but I really... I'm just looking forward to the festival to start, because tonight we will open with The Racer, and after midnight, 1 minute after midnight, all other films will be available. And I'm so excited because it's really, you know, our work started in January and we were so trying to get all the films. And I just want everybody to start watching and to get some feedback, to see what other people think about the films that we selected. I love all the films, so I'm just really looking forward to the festival.
Can I just say something?
Go for it, yes.
I just wanted to say, I think you guys have done a really fantastic job. I know how tough it is to see your festival go online. It's a really, I mean, it's tougher. It's a really tough call, but well done for getting through it and putting it online. I think it's a tribute to you. So well done.
Well done, Fiona, and the wider team as well. And thank you all for your company on this. Fiona, we've saved you from checking your knowledge of the films in the trailer. There were 25 of them. I'll leave them. We're going to look forward to seeing them over the next 8 days. Jacinta Cullen in Cathedral Road has won the goodies from the bike shed. One of the remaining things I would like to do is to raise a glass. I was the first man out on stage at the 50th Cork Film Festival. I'm delighted to be the host for this, the intro to the 65th Cork International Film Festival. Much success to all involved and well done. Here's to 8 days and nights of great movies.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Just to say that Louis Talp will be joining us for the Q&A after the screening as well.
Great.
So please come around after that.
Great. Well, I think we're going to see the trailer for The Racer, and that's it, everybody. Enjoy the week. Take care. Have fun. Thanks so much for being a part of Life in the Living Room.
See you later.
See you later.
Bye.
I take this opportunity to say what an honour it is to host the first Tour de France outside mainland Europe.
Dom is going to be riding in the Tour de France on Saturday.
You gonna win? No, I'm a support rider. I use my energy for the lead rider to win.
Don't you ever want to win yourself?
Of course. But that's a dream.
I hear this is your last tour. Tough shit.
I need to know about next year. My contract.
You're nearly 39 years old. What do you want me to say?
The team needs your focus. Nothing to distract you.
What's the worst that can happen? If you don't take it, you won't win. Now give me.
Why risk your life like that?
Everybody does it.
You're not even allowed win. You're a loser. Professional loser.
Tour starts tomorrow, 10 a.m. After the ground depart, you're out of contract, free to go.
Without a bike, I'm nobody.
3, 2,